An awesome yoga class brought to you by Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Hive Fitness Studios of Moravian Falls. My name is George and I'm going to be your yoga instructor this morning. And we have an awesome classic yoga flow that's going to be incorporating tapas or heat into the practice today. Now, this is an important class to think about leaning into more intense moments, which there will be some intense postures, but I'm going to help you along the way achieve the most out of your practice. The main thing of anything here is to use your breath to transfer from one position to another and to use your breath to carry you through the more intense moments. Whenever in doubt or whenever your mind begins to wander or maybe some feelings bubble up, return to the breath and it will carry you along the way. Again, this is thanks to Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Hive Fitness Studios of Moravian Falls. Be sure to check out their Facebook pages as well as my own at Yoga with George Ethan. I thank you guys for joining in. I have an awesome practice for you, so make sure you're wearing something comfortable to move in, get some water, have your mats rolled out, and we'll begin. And when you are ready, we are going to start in a nice comfortable seat of your choice. You can sit like so, an easy seat, or you can sit in hero pose, or you can even lay down. Whichever works best for you and to help you feel your breath this morning to start. I'm starting in easy pose, placing my hands on my knees here, thinking nice and tall as I breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth to start. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Inhale, lifting the heart center so slightly, finding length in the crown. And exhale it out through the nose this time. Nice smooth exhales. If you want to practice with Ujjayi breath, you may. That's making kind of a hissing sound at the back of your throat as you exhale out. So I like to think of it kind of as if it's an ocean wave. So you inhale, we'll practice, inhale together through the nose. Fill up the diaphragm and the heart space. And then exhale, Ujjayi breath. You hear that noise that I'm making with the back of my throat? Now try it again. We'll inhale together now. Fill the diaphragm and the heart space, and Ujjayi breath, exhale out. Find ease in the shoulders. Find ease in the back here. Imagine your energy's rising in the front body as you inhale in. And imagine a downward slope in the back body as you exhale out. Lots of things to be mindful for. Just keep this all in mind as we practice today. Now we'll give you little brief reminders as we proceed, but continue with your breath a few more breath cycles here. Breathe in. This is an opportunity to set your intention. Exhale. Letting go of your to-do list. Putting that aside for now. Inhale together. Ujjayi breath out. One more all together now. Inhale in. Fill up the lungs. And out. Now let's get warmed up. We're going to start by doing some neck rolls and stretches. So inhale, carve a line with the nose, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. 2 more cycles. Inhale, look up. Keep your heart lifted. Exhale, chin to chest. 1 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Next, inhale back to center. Now we're going to take a look to our left, carve a line horizontally with your nose, looking to the left. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the right. Shoulders stay stationary. Exhale back to center. To the left, inhale. Exhale to center. Inhale to the right. And exhale to center. Awesome. Now we're going to do some neck rolls Inhale, we're going to stay where we are. And exhale, chin to chest. And now inhale, roll your left earlobe to reach towards your left shoulder. But keep your shoulder nice and grounded. A good way to do this is to kind of feel like a tugging at your elbow, like it's trying to reach down to the mat. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale, round forward and through, chin to chest. And then reach your right ear to your right shoulder. Keeping your heart lifted. If you ever feel like you're off center, thumb to sternum, it will center you almost every time. Breathe in and out. Switch. Getting a nice stretch in the neck. This is good if you work in an office or if you play video games like me, or if you just like to look off into space, also like me. And switch. Notice how I'm using my breath here to transition. Notice your breath. Is it long and smooth or is it shallow? And if it is feeling a little shallow, take your time here. There's no need to rush. You don't have to follow my breath cycle exactly. Just do you for a little bit. Next time your chin is to the chest, inhale, roll it back up. We're going to do a few twists. Simply inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, wiggle the fingertips. Heart lifts, exhale. Place your right palm to left knee, left hand behind you, and guide your spine to a gentle twist to the left. Keep your spine nice and long. Imagine a string pulling up at the crown. Inhale, find lift in the heart space. And exhale, draw in your navel space as you twist a little deeper. No crunching, we just want to deepen our twist gently. Bring your gaze past your left shoulder. Inhale, find lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Awesome. Use your hands to walk yourself back to center. Inhale, rise up with the arms, and then we switch to the other side. Exhale, bring your left hand to the right knee, right palm behind you for your twist. Think nice and tall. Exhale, draw that navel in. Draw the southern drawl. Inhale, find length. And exhale, draw that navel in. Walk yourself back to center. And we are going to transition to all fours. Take your time getting here. And when you are in that position, place your wrist directly underneath your shoulder blades. Spread the fingertips nice and wide, like starfish. Place your knees right under your hips. Now, we're going to do a few cat and cows. Drop the belly. Inhale, look forward. Heart rises up. Exhale, draw that navel in, do that big drawl, and drop the head. Do it at your own pace. Use your breath. Inhale to go into cow pose. Exhale, draw the navel in. Now, I love this pose. I do it every morning when I wake up. It's really good for waking up the spine, getting yourself started for the day. Kind of helps reset a little bit after you've been sleeping for so many hours. Especially if you had a not so great night's sleep, and if you're like me, you tend to sleep on your sides. This kind of helps you reset your spine. Feels really good. You'll hear some pops and cracks though. That's normal though. If you feel so inclined, you can bump your hips to the left a little bit. And maybe a little to the right. Maybe you take a look at your left foot while your hips are bumped to the right. Continuing off the railroad tracks, bump your hips to the left, take a look at your right foot. Now we inhale, look forward. Last one, exhale, draw the navel in and up, pressing away from the mat, pressing into all 10 fingertips. And then back to neutral. Awesome. So we're going to kick our back right foot. They're both back right now, but still the right one. And we're going to saw back and forth, kind of waking up the hamstrings. the back of the foot, waking up the legs and the wrists. If you want a little extra and have a little playtime with your wrists, you can practice with your left hand, fingertips looking to your left. Or if you want a little more, you can have your fingertips facing your body for a little extra wrist stretch. Do it only on the left side this time. We're thinking of the opposite ends here. Keep your abdominals nice and active here if they're not so already. Just waking up the body, get nice and warm. Lean into the heat. All right. When you're ready, we're going to lift that back heel up. Just lifting it. Keep it steady here. And then when you're ready, lift your left hand up to parallel from your ear. Press firmly into the right palm and the right fingertips. Draw the navel in. We're just going to stay here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. We're going to try that on the other side. We're going to extend that left foot back, sawing it back and forth. Again, opportunity to do a little wrist stretch here. You can pivot your right hand to the right side or all the way 180 degrees so fingers are facing you. Again, that's completely optional. No obligation to do so, but it should feel really good. If you feel any kind of twinge or pain, ease off. It's totally cool. No, it's just an opportunity, and not every opportunity is for all parties, and that's okay. That's cool. The fact is, you showed up to your mat this morning, and that is an achievement in itself. All right. Press firmly into your left palm, left fingertips. Fingers nice and light. Extend the right hand out long. Lift the back foot. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. We are alive. Draw the navel in. Breathe. Remember, in moments where we are feeling the heat, breathe deeply. 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome work. We're going to bring our knees wide apart, toes to touch. Walk your hips back, and then melt your hearts forward, extended child's pose. Opening our hearts, our shoulders. Take 3 breaths here. Should open up some airways. Find softness in the body. Practice your Ujjayi breath here. Finding nice, slow breaths. Last one. On your next inhale, press into your feet and engage the abdominals to go back into all fours. All right, so back in all fours, hands and feet parallel. Underneath your shoulders, your wrists need to be, and underneath your hips, your knees need to be. We're going to just kick up that right foot to start. The foot is parallel to the sky and the floor. And we're going to do little baby pulses here, kicking it up into the sky. Equal pressure on both wrists. It does not need to be on one or the other. We're just engaging. And now kick as high as you can. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that knee to nose. One more time. We're going to kick that back up. Do little baby pulses. 3, 2, 1. Kick all the way up. And bring it on in. Squeeze the knee to nose. And go ahead and plant that right foot in between the palms. Awesome. We are in our low lunge. Option to keep the top of the back foot flat on the mat or curl those toes under. Focus your heart space to lift. You can bring yourself up on the fingertips, or even you can get a couple of blocks here to place your palms down on them. Play a little bit with lunge here. Squeeze into your knees into an imaginary line. Awesome. When you're ready, you have the option, you can press up your torso by putting your palms onto your thigh like so, or you can bring your hands forward, up and back into crescent lunge. Heart lifts, pull the thumbs back, pinkies forward. Getting a nice stretch in the left hip flexors here. And look up, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Paint a wall, nice and slowly down, and then back your hips up, but keep your front foot nice and straight, toes still pressing onto the mat for a stretch in the front of the shin here. We're doing a runner's lunge variation. And when you're ready, bring your toes to face the forehead here, finding a nice stretch in the hamstrings. You can back up that back knee if you need to, that's optional. And to prevent any pain, don't lock that leg into place. Kind of find a little micro bend in that knee. Again, keep the toes engaged and keep breathing. All right, slowly walk your hands forward, roll through that front heel. Lift up on the back knee if you haven't already. Plant the palms, bring that front foot back. We're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Squeeze your elbows together, hands by the rib cage, and inhale, look up, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press up to all fours. We're going into the other side. This time, we're going to lift the left hand up, left foot up, do little baby pulses. So kick, kick, kick. Draw the navel in. We're waking up, we're warm, we're feeling alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big kick up, and then exhale. Draw the knee into the nose. Arc your back ever so slightly. Inhale, kick that back up for some more baby pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick all the way up, and then exhale. Draw the navel in and plant the foot in between the palms. Heart lifts for low lunge. You can adjust the legs as needed, bringing that back foot back just a hair if you wish. Toes curled under or foot flat. And option for those who want to, you can bring that knee up off the mat, but that is completely optional. Maybe you find a little baby pulse here, finding a good stretch in the hips. And when you're ready, option to lift up and to lift your torso up like so, or swing your hands forward, up and back for crescent lunge. Pull those thumbs back, heart lifts, peer into the in-between of your palms. Inhale, exhale, paint a wall down. Walk your hips back. Keep your foot glued to the mat. Get a nice stretch in the front of your left leg. Breathe. Peek if you need to. Now bring your toes to face you, so pull your toes back, toes reaching towards your face. Breathe here. 3, 2, 1, and walk it forward. Awesome. Go ahead and lift on that back knee. This time we're going to step or hop that back foot to meet the front. Forward fold. First forward fold of the practice. Knees generously bent here. Feet about hip width apart. Maybe take a moment to find ease in the head. Shaking your head gently yes, gently no. Maybe grabbing hold of each elbow with your hands and swaying gently side to side. Take a couple breaths here, finding release in the low back. Awesome work. We're going to slide the hands up the legs to our thighs. Inhale, lift your back halfway up. finding length in the back of the neck, and exhale, forward fold once more. Now we're moving into our standing mountain pose, Tadasana. So take your time getting there. Really allow the head to be the last thing to lift. So inhale and slowly, slowly, slowly. And take stock of each vertebrae, allowing each to stack on the other as you rise up. Nice and slow. Palms facing forward, hearts lifted. Take a moment here to notice how you feel. Now put your hands, both palms, on the heart space and feel your heart. Is it pumping fast or is it still going nice and slow? Just notice without judgment. Are you feeling warm? Notice the quality of the air in the room. Notice any sensations or feelings that might bubble up, and you return to your breath after acknowledging this sensation. Awesome. We're going to release the hands. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Interlace the fingertips above your head, but use your index fingers to point away opposite of where your body is. This is what we call steeple fingers. Look at the camera if you are not sure what that looks like, so look like this. Point up to the sky. Inhale, point the very top of the steeple to the left as you arc kind of your body to lengthen on the right side. Maybe bump your hips a little to the right, find a full right side body stretch. For a little more, you can take one step, the right leg behind the left. Keep the heart nice and lifted. Breathe in. And exhale, release everything. Inhale, reach the hands way up high. Interlace the fingertips opposite thumb behind the one that was in the back before. And steeple fingers. Inhale, lift the hearts. Exhale, to the right this time. Think of a banana. Think of how like a banana kind of bends. And maybe you step that left foot behind the right this time, kind of a curtsy here. Heart open, pull that left elbow back, and let it go. Exhale everything. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You can have your hands on your shins, your thighs, or even touching the floor or block. And we fold. Exhale, bringing back one foot and the other, lowering all the way down to our bellies, squeezing our elbows in. Inhale, lift up half, up a little bit for our baby cobra. Exhale, release. Press up to all fours, and we're going to transition to down dog, pressing all the fingertips then firmly to the mat, curling our toes under, bringing our hips to rise up towards the sky. Pedal it out. One foot at a time, taking your dog for a walk, heart reaching towards your knees, elbow creases reaching forward or shining forward. Beautiful. All right, drop the left heel, inhale, lift the right foot up high. Here's where it gets fun. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Kind of in like a three-legged plank here. Inhale, lift the right leg up high again. Exhale, draw the knee in, look forward, and plant the right foot in between the palms. Awesome. So we're in a lunge variation here. We're about to move in. It's not exactly a high lunge, but step the back foot up just one step. Pivot the ankle and heel. So your right toes are facing either the front left corner or towards the front left long edge of your mat. Excuse me. Your right knee is generously bent here. Make sure your front knee is over the front ankle. And we're moving into Warrior One. So from here, we're going to inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Draw the abs in. Inhale, lift the hands up to the sky, parallel. Warrior one, a very strong pose. We are very strong in this moment. We spent the practice up to now building strength so we can make the most of this pose here. Heart radiating, palms facing one another, knees bent. Try to imagine you're squeezing the legs into imaginary line, pressing firmly into the back pinky toe. We're breathing. This is where Tapas begins to play a part here. We're in this pose, we're feeling a heat inside of us, we're breathing deep, we continue our breath. Whenever you notice that you might be feeling a little bit of heat, bring yourself back to the breath. You got this. Feeling strong in this moment. Inhale. And exhale. Open the arms out wide. Warrior two. It's a little bit better, huh? Still important to stay strong in the legs. You're like, oh my gosh, you're crazy, dude. Why are you keeping me in this pose for so long? Well, that's why we've got to focus in on the breath. Bring your breath into the belly and the heart space. Practice Ujjayi. Nice long exhales. Press into that front heel. Pull the pinkies back. All right. 3, 2, 1. Reach forward. Reach, wiggle the fingers. Drop that back hand to touch your left thigh. Flip the front palm and think up and over as you go into peaceful warrior. Awesome. Got a nice stretch in the right hip. Maybe wrap your hand behind you, your left hand behind you, and place it onto your right thigh. Generous bend at the front knee. And when you're ready, we're going to cartwheel down, 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 all the way down to the mat. Hands here. Plant the left palm here and reach the right hand way up high for a really nice twist. Should feel really good after that lunge. Big open heart, breathe. Exhale, plant the palm. Bring your front foot back to the back, lower to cobra or halfway push-up, chaturanga to upward facing dog. And we will meet again in downward dog. Try this again on the left side this time. Whenever you're ready, we're going to drop the right heel, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Look forward. Inhale, lift the left leg up high once more. Heart reaches towards the right knee. Exhale, draw the knee to nose. Look forward, plant the left foot in between the palms. Step the back foot up. Pivot the back ankle and heel. And inhale, swoop the arms for your one. Virabhadrasana, 1. Hearts lifted, palms parallel, front knee over front ankle, back toe, back pinky toe presses down firmly. Nice and straight in the back leg, good bend in the front knee. Follow your breath. Bring yourself back to the breath. Nice long breaths. You're doing great. We're building strength. We're leaning in to the sensations. We're building strength in the legs, which is so important because they carry us. This is going to feel really good. And when you're ready, in 5, we're going to transition to warrior 2. 4, 3, 2, can I count any slower? 1, and open wide, warrior 2. Should feel really good. Pull those pinkies back. I like to think of it like I'm surfing right here. Engage in the abdominals here. Bring your gaze to face beyond the index finger on the left side. Maybe you deepen your lunge here. You feel a little shakiness, that is normal. That means you are alive and you're working and you're building the heat, the tapas. Remember bringing your breath into play here. We're going to move into our peaceful warrior. Inhale, reach forward, wiggle those fingers, flip the front palm, drop the back. Up and over to the right this time. Maybe wrap your back hand around to the front thigh or leave it lightly on the back leg. Inhale and exhale, cartwheel down. Beautiful. Pivot that back ankle back to parallel, and this time step or hop that back foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your hands way up high. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a couple of breaths. Notice how you feel now. Your heart may feel a bit more alive here, which is good. You've been practicing some yoga today. One more inhale in, take it all in. And exhale, let it all go. Clean slate. Inhale, reach the hands way up high. Exhale, swan dive, down, down, down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, fold forward, plant the palms, bring back one foot and the other. Lower to cobra or chaturanga to upward facing dog or vinyasa. And we will meet again in downward dog. All right, kicking things up just a notch here. We're about to move into our peak pose here shortly. Kicking up into our right leg, lift that up high. Ankle on the, or heel on the left leg is nice and grounded. I want you to bring your knee in to touch your left elbow this time and lift. Inhale. Use your breath. Exhale to knee to right elbow this time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, lift. And then inhale, knees to nose, look forward and plant that right foot in between the palms. Awesome. Get yourself nice and ready here. Step that back foot up just a hair. And we're going to inhale, swoop our arms forward, up and back. Warrior one once more. We are strong. We are warriors in today's practice. We're building a sweat. We're waking up. Actually, if you're not awake at this point, well, hopefully you are at this point. You're like, George, I've just been snoozing this whole time. It's been a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm not moving unless I am, and I'm just not getting woke. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Bend forward into that knee. See if you can't deepen your practice here. Notice how you feel. Notice where your feet meet the ground. Notice if you feel anything that's a little off. See if you can't make small adjustments here. Head over your heart, heart over your pelvis. Palms facing one another. 5. We're going to switch over to Warrior 2. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open wide, Warrior 2. Gaze past the right index finger this time. Breathe deep. Bring yourself always back to the breath. It's so important. Yep, you can hear my breath, that's for sure. And if you need to ease off, you can. Bring your legs a little closer together, then nice and wide. But if you want a little more challenge, you can bend further into that front knee, as long as the front knee doesn't go beyond the front toes. Inhale, reach forward, flip the front palm, drop the back hand up and over. Peaceful warrior. Bringing that elbow back, pull thumbs back, heart lifts. Awesome work. All right, now we're going to open back wide to Warrior 2. Straighten that front knee. This time think and pay attention. You want to pivot that back foot to almost parallel to the front foot. Still, arms nice and wide. And cock your hips. So you want your hips to be pretty much parallel facing forward here. So feet near parallel, if not completely parallel, hips parallel. A good way to tell if it's parallel is to place your fist at your hip flexors here and face them forward. Arms like so. Cock your hips, and then we hinge and make ourselves think kind of like extended side angle here. Maybe this is a good point to bring a block if that is your style today. Maybe you place your right hand on your shin here. Keep that right knee nice and straight, and maybe a little micro bend if that's better for you. Heart nice and lifted. Think about that twist from earlier, peering at the sky. All right, imagine someone is pulling on your left wrist and lift. Inhale, back up to triangle warrior two. So this time, you're going to place your left hand to your back thigh. You take your right hand, pay attention, and reach behind your right ear and beyond, and think of a nice long line from your right pointer fingers to your right toes. Triangle. You can't say triangle without angle. So we're making a bit of an angle here. Finding a nice long stretch in the right side body this time. Inhale in, exhale, cartwheel all the way down, and bring your front foot to the back. Chaturanga to up dog or lower to cobra. And we'll meet in down dog for our last bit of flow before we cool down. All right, this time we're going to kick our left foot up high, anchor down to the right heel. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift that left leg up high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up high. Exhale, shift your weight, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up high. High, high, high. And exhale, knee to nose, plant the left foot in between the palms. Step up, back foot just so, ever so often. Let's say ever so often, ever so lightly. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, swoop the arms forward, up and back. Warrior one. Warrior one. We are strong. Pull those thumbs back, head over heart, heart over pelvic. Front knee over front ankle, planting that back toe, pinky toe firmly on the ground. Phew, I don't know about y'all, but I've broken a sweat or two today. And that's good. Sweat is good for the skin, it's good for the body. We're going to stay here for a few moments more. Just notice the sensations, notice any thoughts that come up. Breathe, 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 breathe. Lift the hands higher. And open wide, warrior two. Lovely. Think wide here. Pull the pinkies back. Head over your heart, heart over your pelvis. Gaze to the front index finger and beyond. Draw the abs in. Reach forward, flip the front palm, drop the back hand up and over. Peaceful warrior. We are peaceful today. Feeling alive. Hooray. And we feel this way all till the end, and when we say Namaste. George Tapas, 2023. Breathe deep, my friends. Doing great. Keep that front knee bent. We'll straighten in just a moment. Then open it back wide. Straighten that front leg. Pivot that back heel parallel or near parallel. And remember, keep your hips nice and parallel here. You bring your fists to your hip flexors here, like you're shining some headlights forward. And then cock at your hips here and reach down towards the floor with the left palm. Open wide to the right with your right hand. Keeping that left leg straight as possible. Again, option to place your hand on a block or place your hand on your left shin. Nice and lightly here. As long as you can spiral your heart open and keep breathing. Draw your breath into your belly. Create space in the lower back body. You're doing wonderfully. This is a strong pose here. Give yourself some credit. 3, 2, 1. Imagine someone's pulling you from your right wrist and lift back up. Drop the right hand. Bring your left hand, left pinky behind your left ear. And go beyond and stretch. Nice long line. Left fingertips to left toes. Pull the left thumbs back. Try to draw the low ribs in. Breathe here. Create space. And when you're ready, bring it back wide and bring your feet to parallel. For the sake of the video, I'm going to turn back around. I'm going to bring your feet nice and parallel, if they're not already, and then toes wide just a little bit. Hands to heart. So, I'm going to just do a micro bend at the knees here and lift. Micro bend at the knees and lift. Inhale. Exhale to bend a little further. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Imagine your tailbone lengthening down. And inhale to lift. Arms nice and wide and lift like you're making a human-sized X or starfish. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, bend the elbows and the knees. Inhale, straighten. Press firmly to all four corners of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, and lift off. We'll walk heel toe the toes and feet together. Hands to heart. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Breathe. We are alive. You're alive. That's how I feel anyway. Hopefully you do too. Inhale, reach the hands up high once more. Small back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Bend at the knees. Use your hands to support. Walk your hands behind you to guide yourself onto your bums. Keep your hands behind you ever so slightly. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. And windshield wiper the legs. Find one side to hold for a few moments, getting a good stretch in the shoulders and the outer edge of the right leg for me. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Just extra slowly transition to the other side. Get a massage in the bums or the glutes. That's why I say glums. Should feel really good in the right arm. Back to center. Awesome. So, from here, we can do a couple of things. I'm going to keep it pretty open-ended for the last 15 minutes or so. I'll guide you in a couple of poses because everyone's different in what their needs are. So we can, since we did a lot of work today, you can find yourself an easy seat and do an easy seat forward fold like so. Or you can cross your right knee or right leg over the left in kind of a staff position. Wrap your left hand and arm around the right knee and twist to your right. Keeping your heart nice and lifted, peering to the right side. Again, you don't have to follow my exact exercises today at this point. This is more so freestyle for whatever suits your needs today. Unravel. Opposite side. Wrap your arm around and twist to your left. Take a moment to notice any changes already from when we were in a triangle pose to now. Is your heart a bit more steady? How's your breaths going? Are they still shallow? Or have you noticed some expansion? Unravel. Moving into a staff pose. Heart nice and lifted. Feet away from the body. Your toes nice and active. Think up and over as you reach your hands up to the sky. Forward fold with your exhale. Breathe into this position. If your hands reach your feet, maybe give your feet a little massage here. If they reach your legs, go ahead and maybe give your shins or thigh a massage. Give yourself a little self-love, self-care. Your legs carry you and deserve some love. Or simply deepen your pose by allowing your hands to rest facing up, the palms facing up into the sky, chin to chest, breathing into the low back body. All right. Use your hands to lift your heart back up. Walk your hands back behind your body and press into your palms, lifting the heart space. Lifting the chin ever so slightly. And if you wish to have a little throat opener, allow your crown of your head to go up and over, lifting your chin up to the sky. And breathe into that space. And to release, imagine carving a line with the nose forward and chin to chest. And lowering onto your elbows and eventually onto your backs. For cool down, bring your knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, give yourself some love. Maybe a gentle sway side to side. Because we worked our glutes so much, take a moment to make a figure four shape. You can have your left leg, left knee bent or straight. But reach through the hole in the floor with your right hand and pull on your left thigh, keeping both set of toes nice and active here. Pulling it in for a supine pigeon pose. Again, option for gentle sway side to side. Find what feels good here. When you're ready, release the palms, elongate the arms out nice and wide, and then pivot the lower half of your body to the left to where your right foot is flat on the ground, and take your gaze to the right side. For a full body experience, a nice twist here. Breathe into the belly. Think nice, long, smooth breaths. Use your Ujjayi breath that we talked about today. Find ease with each exhale. Now we finished with our Tapas class with a cooling ending to kind of balance things off and to kind of transition the mindset into Shavasana at the end of our practice. Just thought I'd mention that to why things are formulated the way they are today. All right, bring your gaze back to center, unravel the legs, and switch. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, reaching through the figure four and around the right thigh, interlacing the hands behind that thigh here, and give it a pull, keeping the toes nice and active. Right leg has option to straighten or keep bent at the knee. Breathe, breathe, breathe. For a little more, you can take your embrace past the thigh and go straight to the right shin. Pull it in towards the heart space. Another minute, and then we'll go into our twist. Remember your Ujjayi breath. We're keeping it nice and slow. We're bringing our heart pace back down to as close to our resting RPM as we can. All right, release and open the arms wide. Bring your twist to the right this time, gazing to the left. I feel really good in the neck. Keeping both shoulders nice and glued to the mat. Feeling secure and safe here. Breathe deep. Ready, unravel. Bring your knees back into the chest here. Make little baby circles with the knees. Maybe pause and make some circles with the ankles here. Options are yours. If you're feeling adventurous, you want to kick your feet up into the sky, press firmly into the palm, lift the tail up, and placing your toes beyond, you can go into full owl pose. This is only if it's accessible to you, or if you're feeling adventurous. Kind of flipping the switch here for perception, a nice little inversion for your practice today. If not, maybe you can go into supine butterfly. If you want a little more, you can use your hands for support, lifting your feet up into the sky. Kind of a change of pace, and it kind of brings all that blood flow in the legs back to your heart and your head. Usually, as we keep our feet below everything else, this is a nice change in bringing fresh blood. You would think with all the blood in my head now that I'd speak correctly, but anyways, all the fresh blood, and press palms in to lower down. All right. Here's the last chance to get any wiggles out that suit your needs. You can go into happy baby, kicking out one foot and another. Like I said before, you could do supine butterfly. If you wanted a bit more heat, you could do some ab exercises, some yogi bicycles, or some twists, like ab twist, or maybe even boat pose. You could do bridge pose as well. Whatever suits you to complete our practice today. But when you are ready, only when you're ready, get nice and situated. Stretch out that left foot and the right foot spill off the edges of the mat here, allowing your palms to fall, facing the sky, finding complete and total ease, feeling completely and totally safe and secure and supported in this pose, Shavasana, or corpse pose, or final resting pose. Take stock of how you feel. Take in the nutrients of your practice today. Just notice how you feel for a few moments. Noticing your breath. Notice what comes up into your mind's eye without judgment. Just notice. And breathe. If your mind begins to wander too far, always return to the breath. And that is key for not just on your mat, but off of your mat as well. The breath is a very special tool that has been gifted to us with life itself. So use it to make the most of your day. Use your breath to soften the muscles in your face, to ease the tension in your jaw, to soften your shoulders, to cool down. You can use your breath to reset the mind flow. You can use it to raise the heart rate and lower it. There's so many things you can use your breath for. But for now, just keep your breath nice and smooth, and just notice how you feel for a few more moments before we conclude today's practice. Eyes soften or closed entirely. And I will conclude today's practice in about 1 or 2 more minutes. But for now, relax and enjoy the remainder of this class, this time for you. All right, my friends. Bring your awareness back into the space. Maybe begin wiggling your fingers and the toes. Maybe swaying your head one way and another, bringing life back into the limbs. When you're ready, place your feet flat on the mat and lower the knees to your favorite side as we roll over. And take your time, use your palms to press yourself back up to seated. What a lovely practice. We're going to conclude in gratitude, thanking ourselves for showing up for ourselves on our mats, thanking whatever suits you today, thanking yourself for inviting a little heat to your day and learning to lean into it and learning to use your breath. With that, I bow to you and I bow to this practice and the sacred yoga term, bringing our hands to our heart in the Anjali Mudra, bowing and say Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining in today. You can catch our practice every single Saturday morning at 11 a.m. live at Hive Fitness Studios in Moravian Falls or online, accessible to you at any time. It's an honor to share this practice with you. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you again soon.